Hey everybody, welcome to the video. So this one's going to be a breakdown of how the shooter got on the roof and honestly how easy it was. And I'm going to show you through some images here where he jumped off the roof, where he was at on the roof, how he got on the roof, and where the cameras are that captured him jumping off the roof, and where I believe the camera is that captured him cutting behind the house. I'm going to show you where he cut behind the house is at, and I'm going to show you where I believe they found the rifle, although there's a couple locations, so I'm not absolutely certain of it. But I'm going to show you what I found through my research, and everybody can make their own opinions on it. But the first image I'm going to throw up here, it's just, it's a bird's eye view of the location where he shot from. And I'm not going to say anyone specifically. I don't know that Tyler Robinson did this. I don't know he's the person on camera. I have no clue at all. And I'm not going to tell anybody they're wrong on any theories of there was anyone else involved in this, because I don't know whether or not there was, and there always could be someone else involved. So the first one is the bird's eye view, showing direct line of sight from where he was at on the roof, and how easy it would be to see him, especially through a scope. So the next image I'm going to put up is one that they released of him in the parking garage. I believe that's what it is. The stairs going up. It's a picture of him with his backpack. And what I really want to point out in this image is he's allegedly 6'3". That's what I found for his height. And the backpack, it's got to be, I don't know, maybe 24 inches tall in height. I can't really tell, but by looking at the image, it does not appear that he has a broken apart rifle in there. And I don't know that he could. Again, I don't know how long the barrel was on the rifle. If we knew any more about the actual barrel length, so that I could get a measurement of how long a K98 action is, and then know how long the barrel was on top of that, I could tell you the exact length of how much space he would need to fit it in, and I could possibly even break out a bag and take mine apart and see if I could fit it in. Looking at it, it doesn't seem that way to me. And this goes back to my original theory of, I think that the rifle was already on the roof. I don't think he brought it with him that day. I think that it had been placed up there, again, by the shooter, another individual, or someone else involved, either the night before or early that morning. I think it was already up there, and it was probably up there in the black towel so that it would more or less blend in with the roof. I think the backpack is his clothes. I think that was his change of clothes, and that's how he was able to switch through outfits. I'll throw this one up just to do it, but this is the image of him laying down prone on the top of it's Losi or Lucy Center. And this is the shooter. This is where the shot was taken from. So again, I don't know who it is. Appears to be someone in black. All right. I'm going to skip that one. Skip that one. Okay, so the next one I'm going to put up, it shows his jump down location, and which is the white section of the roof to the right of this image. And to the left of the image, if you look at the corner of the building to the left, the front right corner, all the way at the top, that's the camera that recorded him jumping off the roof, right there at the top of that building. It's, I'm almost certain that's the camera, because it's a camera. So I'm pretty sure that's the one that captured him. And then I am going to go, the next one is him walking through the parking garage. And again, the stairs from the opposite side with police tape. So I don't know why he was in the parking garage. I think that when he walked through the neighborhood initially that morning, and I have an image that I'll show you here in a minute, but I I think that was just kind of his path so that he didn't make a direct path to where he was going to shoot from. If, again, this is Tyler Robinson and we assume this is the shooter. So I will put that image up in a little bit. But the next image I'm going to show you it's a picture of him in what I believe is a college dorm. But if you look at the picture, he's wearing the same hat and same shoes. The shoes are circled, but I'm pretty sure it's the same hat as the person was wearing that morning as well, which is more indicative of the fact that it was probably him. Then the next image is him jumping off the roof, which we've seen that before. All right. So here's the image that I was going to put up. If you look to the right of this image is the number 1 is where they showed him in the morning walking in front of the house to head towards Utah Valley. And number 2 is the other camera they had showed him cutting through a neighborhood. And 3 I'm not certain about because I haven't seen a third camera that I recall, but maybe there's a video out there from a third camera from somebody's security system. 4 is the parking garage, and that's where I believe the images came of him walking through. Again, I think he walked through that parking garage to throw off his trail and to make it appear to other people that maybe he had parked a car there and was coming out of the parking garage like any other student would do on a normal day. 5 is where I believe they have him on a school camera, and he appears. 6 is where he got on the roof. And this is something that nobody has talked about, and I haven't seen in any of the videos. Maybe I've missed it because I haven't seen every video pertaining to it. However, what it is a stairwell that is on the side of the building. Oh, you're lighting them all right now? Okay. I'm just going to have to cut this out. All right. Pardon the edit, but I just got called off for pumpkin carving. So back to it. 6. It's where he got on the roof. And when I show you this next image here in a little bit of what the access point was, it's crazy how easy and how simple this was to do. 7 is where he took the shot from, and upper left, or 2/3 of the way up on the left, that's where Charlie was seated. So next image is, you can see where Charlie was seated, the jump down point, and I've circled the camera in the lower left that recorded him jumping down. The next image would be where he jumped down. To the right, you'll see the green circle. It's a really big section of woods there, and there aren't very many around that you would call a wooded area. The only issue I have with it being there is they said they found it in a bush in a wooded area. So I don't necessarily know that there's any bushes in there. However, if you look just to the left of that image, right below where it says UVU Army ROTC, that is a whole row of bushes that are on levels. So at the road, it's the lowest level, and then it's a few feet, and then it's another level, and then a few feet and another, like steps. So that is also a potential area that he left it. However, I go with the area circled in green because when you watch him jump off the roof, if you look at this image where he jumped down, he didn't head straight up towards the yellow line. He headed more towards the right, towards that green area. And I think the goal was to dump the gun as fast as possible and then get away and come back and get it later on. So up at the top would be the path of travel behind the houses, the yellow line. So the next image is, again, it shows you, but it's from behind the house that recorded him. On the right, you have the jump down point. Down the center, you have the path of travel. And then the green, I believe that is the house where the camera is that recorded him cutting through behind the other house. I say this because if you go on Google Earth and you look around, it appears that they have a camera right up at the top of their garage that aims in that direction. Then if you watch the video of him cutting through behind the house, the angles just more or less line up. The wooded area where he allegedly, or I believe he left the gun is right under where it says jump down. And the other area where I said it would be possible is directly under where it says UVU Army ROTC. Right there, you can see that bushes are in, and to the right of it, there's a little patch where either the bushes have died or they just haven't finished filling that section in. Then the next image is how he got on the roof. And if you look at this image, it's a stairwell that goes straight to the roof right where he shot him from. There's no gates. There's nothing. He climbed up right there. I circled it here in a square. I guess I blocked it off in a square. I didn't circle it. And that's where he got on the roof. And if the next image, if you look at it on the right side of the building, right in the middle of the picture where that long red walkway is, that's the staircase right there that just goes right up. And here it is. You can see where Charlie was seated, where the shooter shot from, where the jump down point was, and then where they got on the roof. And then here, if you look at the bottom of this image, that again is the stairwell, and at the top in the middle is where he laid to take the shot from. It's crazy to me how easy of a setup this was. And as someone who does long range shooting and was my platoon's designated marksman, this is exactly where you would pick to go. A trained individual, if you had to scout the area, I mean, I don't know how it could get much easier than this, honestly. There literally is completely unblocked stairs that go directly to the roof where the shooter laid and had a perfect view. And I'll actually throw back up the image of the bird's eye view from where the shot was taken. Just because when you look at this, it's the perfect shot. And I'm assuming the little orange markers in the picture right there, I'm assuming that is scuff marks or something like that the investigators must have marked. I don't think there's any casings left behind. My understanding is the casing was still in the rifle, that he had never ejected the spent casing. So I'm not sure exactly what those markers are, but it's definitely identifying markers put up there by whoever was doing the investigation. And it's really sad that this occurred. And the more I look into it, the more I believe that it's fully possible for one person to have done it. I mean, anyone with my skill set, with 2 to 3 days max, could have fully planned this out and escaped. I would have planned an escape significantly better than that, but this dude just knew how to pull a trigger, is more or less what he did, and I think all of us wish that this hadn't occurred. I mean, unless you're a cold-hearted, soulless person, that's about the only person I think could ever think that this is okay. Is an absolutely soulless person, because I don't care what side you're on. I don't care what beliefs you have. I don't care what color, race, religion, creed. Makes no difference to me. I am not going to kill an innocent person. And even if I thought they weren't innocent, I'm not going to kill them. It's wrong. It's everything about this is wrong. So, well, I guess that's it for this video. And I hope you guys got something out of this. I'm not really trying to do any more videos pertaining to this assassination, just because I don't want to make videos that other people with ill intent could use to garner knowledge to make themselves more efficient. I don't want to do that. I also don't want to run into issues because of posting images or firearm related content that the platforms don't like. And I've already run into that issue. I don't want to run into it again. So I'm going to continue going back to my boat videos and stuff like that here on the homestead. But again, if anybody has any questions or any comments they'd like to say, or even anything if they'd like to point it out, if they know anything else that I haven't mentioned, go ahead, comment in the comments, and I try to do my best to get back to everybody as quick as I can. And I hope that all of you just have a blessed rest of your day, and that we can stop having situations in our country where videos like this need to be made. And hopefully all of these people out there on all these podcasts will stop just spreading the random things that they hear, because I've heard so many random things that just make absolutely no sense, and they're very, very easy to disprove, but people are adamantly standing behind the statements, and it's absurd. Like, watch more videos than just one person, gather some intel, learn about the topic you're attempting to talk about, and then go from there. But don't just keep spreading all these lies, people. You know, this isn't a complex attack. It really isn't. And I hope that if other people were involved in this, I hope they're all found. I hope every single one of them goes to court. And I think that every single one of them should spend the rest of their lives in a very nasty prison dealing with this. Because I don't know. I'm torn on the whole end results and how people like this should be treated, because I think we all should be treated with dignity. But clearly this is a situation where the shooter didn't believe Charlie should be treated with any dignity. So it's not up for me. It's up to the judges. It's up to the courts. And we'll see where all this goes.